What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, it's going to be a pretty short video. I got an interior piece that I want to fix up in the GTR that I'm going to show you guys here in a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but something that's caught my eye and it just doesn't look very well, and I already replaced it in a video a couple videos back. So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So as you guys know, I love the interior of the GTR. The one thing I don't like though, we have all this red leather stitching, looks really good. And I did get this Alcantara, which doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't match very well with the interior. So what I did is I got a leather with red stitching, as you guys can probably see there. So in this video, I'm gonna replace it, make it look a little bit better. And I also have the Haltech can gauge mount. That'll be coming here pretty soon as well. If you guys remember the video that I posted a couple videos ago, I replaced the e-brake handle that is leather with red stitching. I love the way this looks because it matches the e-brake boot. It matches the shifter boot with the red stitching and the shift knob as well. But I just want to get this guy replaced. So I'm going to go ahead, show you guys how to replace it again. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to take off these 3 screws here and get this piece off. And then also we got to pop out this arm right here that should just pop off from here. All right, so I got the piece out. Honestly, I feel like I did a pretty good job taking this whole thing apart and getting kind of the corners right. Everything looks, pretty good. I mean, it could have been a little bit tighter. I could have used a little more adhesive there. That's the Super 77 multi-purpose adhesive that I used before. Worked really good, but just this texture. The Alcantara is really cool, but like I said, with the interior, most of it's leather, so I'm going to go ahead and switch it up. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead, take off some of these screws, and start taking back this Alcantara. All right, just like that, I was able to take it apart. Pretty easy. Just got this swivel piece. You got 3 screws in there. And then also want to be careful. This magnet sits in here. I take it out. It's kind of like split up, but I just take it out. I know these little pieces face up, so I'm going to just take that off to the side. I can go ahead. This should be loose now. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start peeling this back and start taking this off. All right, so it is off now. I'm going to go ahead and just wipe the surface off here so I can go ahead and put the leather one on. I have it sitting just right over here, and that should look really good. And that's the way I'm going to install it. That's the way I did it on the other one, is flip the insides up and then press the middle down and just kind of get the whole surface and then kind of wrap the corners around. It is kind of a trick to do it, but that's the way I kind of saw other people doing it. So I'm going to go ahead, get it cleaned up, and start getting it installed. All right, so this is the final product. There was a little nick inside of the leather before I got it, and I didn't notice that, but that's okay. I'm not really too worried about it, but fitment-wise, it fit pretty good. There might be a couple of air bubbles still in there, but, I mean, I'm not, super good at doing this sort of thing, but I feel like this is pretty good for now, and I got it all put back together and got the edges tucked in, got it cleaned up. Everything looks really nice here, so we'll go ahead. Let's throw it back in the car. All right, so the armrest cover is back in the car, and oh my gosh, that is night and day difference. Just with the leather, the way it looks, just matching the interior a lot better. This turned out way better than I thought it would. And I like the way it kind of matches the seats too with the leather look. Like I said, the e-brake boot, the e-brake handle, the shifter, the shift boot, it all just ties together super nicely. So another thing I do want to change to make this look a little bit better is I want to paint the cup holder that was put in for the R32 GTR, because this is 3D printed. It looks pretty good, but I want to paint it, make it look black, and kind of blend in a little bit more with the interior of the car, because the R32 GTR doesn't have any cup holders. That's what it comes with factory, and obviously it's very awkward and weird, a little dirty in there. I'm going to clean that up. But even in the doors, the slots aren't big enough to have a cup or anything in there. So you have this 3D printed kind of model, and it looks good. It's not bad, but I want to paint it and get rid of these kind of ridges and make it look just a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so I finished painting the cup holder, but I'm going to be honest, it didn't really turn out very well just because when I was sanding it, it kind of actually started to take away. As you can see here, I didn't sand at a very high grit. It was only like 400 to 600, 800. It actually started to take away from the actual 3D print itself just because of how thin it is. So I ordered a new one. I mean, it looks decent. I did this to some black paint, but I got a new one that's going to be coming in the mail that I'm going to put in instead. And it's actually got a phone holder as well, which I think will benefit me a lot more. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you guys for watching. A lot more to come with the GTR, a lot more parts to install, and a lot more things coming. So please like and subscribe and comment down below if you guys have any other ideas you want me to do with the GTR. I'm open to pretty much anything. I have more technical videos I want to get into and do a full walk around as well on the car. But I will see you guys in the next one.